Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, January 25. The newly appointed JDF Chief of Defence Staff and Commissioner of Police have jointly assured Cabinet that the police and the Army are closely collaborating on measures to address the security challenges currently affecting the country. Rear Admiral Antoinette Weems-Gorman and Major General Anthony Anderson briefed the Cabinet yesterday as government moves more aggressively to cauterize gang violence in several areas across the island. The Commissioner of Police revealed that the police have started particular initiatives across the island that are aimed at reducing murders, the majority of which are due to lotto scamming and gang warfare. The Chief of Defence Staff detailed preventative efforts being placed on border control, as well as medium and long-term strategies geared at addressing both the incidents and culture of violence. The heads of the JCF and the Army outlined their recommendations in relation to how the security forces can be assisted in the fight against crime. According to a statement from the Office of the Prime Minister, Cabinet acknowledged the importance of the soon-to-be tabled amendments to the Firearms Act and the Bail Act, as well as other initiatives government plans to implement in the short and long term to support the efforts of the security forces on the ground. Meanwhile, the JDF's Chief of Defence Staff says she remains committed to changing the culture of violence, as stated in the Jamaica Defence Force's Strategic Defence Review. The Force Strategic Defence Review charts the JDF's course up to 2037.
As we deal with issues of safety and security as a nation, I am confident that the JDF is prepared to confront the challenges to our peace and security.
Rear Admiral Weems-Gorman was addressing the change of command parade at Up Park Camp in Kingston on Friday. The Chief of Defence Staff pledged to lead by example and called on members of the force to commit to serving in the interest of the entire nation as the country confronts the challenges to peace and security.
Our defence force must maintain its steadfast support and commitment to our citizens and work diligently to defeat the threats to our collective safety and secure existence.
And as government doubles down on its planned Secure Jamaica strategy, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says ensuring at least the basic level of education for at-risk persons is critical to the crime reduction aspect of the program. He says billions of dollars are being spent on education, yet fewer students in this category are graduating.
We are not going to have success in retraining our young people in a sustainable manner until the education system works. We must have HEART and other systems that catch them at a second chance and cater to the 15 to 30-year-old who are it is a recruitment area where we get our killers from and the murderers. And they are the victims as well. If the basic education system fails, what we are doing is putting them on a treadmill. You train 5,000 this year and 7,000 join next year.
The minister was speaking at Thursday's launch of the Government of Jamaica and the European Union Partnership to Support Citizen Security. He says social interventions such as access to quality public health care by persons living in at-risk communities is another way of providing care from the infant stage. The minister says the zones of special operations will also help the state regain control over communities that have been subjected to criminal activities and implement programs designed to transform these areas.
There is no alternative but strong, efficient policing in the first phase to remove the violence producers, control them, and get them out of the space. And simultaneously focus our efforts on the citizens who are under pressure, whose entire rights have been removed by brutal criminals who have neither thought nor care except themselves.
In other news, the Ministry of Health and Wellness says with data showing that over 90% of COVID-19 hospitalizations are unvaccinated, this supports the effectiveness of the vaccine to minimize the full effect of the virus. The data shows that 99% of the overall death toll also represents unvaccinated persons. With 4 brands of COVID-19 vaccines available every day at over 250 access points island-wide, Portfolio Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the onus is on Jamaicans to take personal responsibility for protecting their health.
Hospitalization and the most extreme death is largely, overwhelmingly, almost exclusively linked to persons who are unvaccinated. And I don't know if this chart and if this message can be any clearer. You run a significantly higher risk of dying from COVID-19 particularly if you have other complications, if you do not have your vaccine.
Dr. Tufton was speaking at the ministry's last weekly COVID Conversations briefing. Up to noon on January 21, a total of 1,279,090 doses of a COVID-19 vaccine have been administered across the island. Data published from Monday shows that 559 persons are hospitalized, of which 117 are moderately ill, 60 severely, and 24 critically.
We have prepared and continue to prepare our hospitals. I'm hoping in the next week or so the field hospital in Westmoreland will be open, and we continue to make the necessary arrangements to support our medical team to prepare themselves and to deal with the situation as we see it.
And finally, with the country's COVID-19 positivity rate at 46%, the Ministry of Health is reminding the public that restrictions under the Disaster Risk Management Act remain in effect. These include mask wearing, gathering in public spaces not exceeding 10 persons, and the quarantine of persons arriving from overseas. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the measures are necessary as the government seeks to balance lives and livelihoods.
We continue to have the protocols that have been established to minimize the spread of COVID-19 and continue to encourage Jamaicans, all of us, to abide by those protocols.
Dr. Tufton is urging persons with respiratory or flu-like illnesses to remain at home or in isolation until fully recovered and seek medical attention where necessary. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.